Hello, I'm Terry Kellums. It's time to go live. It's 2 o'clock Arizona time. And let's see, got it pulled up here on my iPad so I can see questions. Hello there, thanks for joining me. Okay, let's see. All right, so today's Wednesday, halfway through the week. If you have not been following me before, let me just catch you up real quick. My husband and I are in the middle of a move. We're building a house, and he is supposed to go off for training for 5 weeks. So we decided that we would take our motorhome with our 2 dogs and go stay where he's doing the training. And then when we come back, we'll finish the house and we'll stay in our motorhome until we finish building the house. We've done this before, but doesn't mean it's easy. And the property where we're building is about 15 minutes away from here. So there's a lot of running back and forth. My body is like, what the actual bleep? Because I have pain in places I didn't even know existed. I'm doing so much to help my husband I didn't even know I was capable of. Women are capable of tough things. And that is actually, that's the thing I want to talk to you about for a few minutes today. I got a question, why do I gear my content towards women? Isn't this a business that men can do? And the answer is absolutely yes. But you will learn inside this program that when you're creating content that is magnetic messaging for your ideal customer, you have to really know who you're talking to. You have to know, why would that person be interested in the product that I have to sell? So you start to gear your message very specifically towards that group of people, because what you have to say is going to resonate with that group of people. And I was trying to think of an analogy because I love analogies. And what did I come up with? Oh, okay. So have you ever been to a restaurant where they just like have page after page after page on their menu? If you've been in a restaurant like that, drop me a yes in the comments below, because I laugh every time we go to a restaurant like that. I tell my husband, there's no way this food can be good. Because this is my theory. Like, how can they keep the food fresh to make so many different kinds of food? I would rather go to a place that is known for a specific type of food. Like, so we have this restaurant in this little town where we live, and they literally have Chinese, Mexican, American. What else do they have? They have a little bit of everything there, and I'm like, how can that food possibly be fresh? Because when you have 12 pages full of items, you have to stock a lot of food. And if you don't have people ordering that particular item off the menu very often, then it's going to sit in the freezer for a long time. So that's kind of like my analogy for this. If I don't gear my message towards a particular person or a group of people, a narrowed down group of people called a niche, then my message becomes watered down because I have too many things on my menu. I'm trying to talk to too many people. I'm trying to solve too many people's problems. And you'll learn a lot about that, about branding and messaging, and especially this month. So we just started our 90-day run, 90 days or 30 days to 90K. That is the goal of a lot of people in our community. That's what the momentum is. That's what's pushing us forward. So many people trying to hit that goal. Now there are people in that same group that are trying to reach 100K in 90 days that have been doing it a little bit longer. But for the majority of us that are fairly new and the new people that have just started, she's got a plan for the next 90 days of messaging, daily messaging specific to helping us launch, get started. This month we're going to talk about our really honing in on the 2-hour workday, really mastering it so that we can do exactly what we talk about every day, which is, having that 2-hour workday, very specific tasks, very targeted things that we're working on that are income producing activities so that we have the rest of the day to do the things we need to do, right? So let's talk about my day real quick. I don't want to bore you. I got my first message off this morning after having coffee and fixing my husband breakfast, sending him off to work. I got my first piece of content posted this morning. And then I happened to have a few minutes to brainstorm yesterday, so I had another idea in my head. So I went to Canva real quick and created another piece of content and saved that for later when I feel like I want to use that one. And that was about 30 minutes of my time this morning. And then, of course, I am home all day, so I always have chores to do. So I did the basic chores that probably every woman who's home does. Cleaned up the kitchen, made my bed, looked at the laundry to see if anything needed to be done. And then I needed to go run some errands in town. So I had, I was going to go to Lowe's, get my car washed, Walmart for dog food and stuff like that you don't buy at the grocery store normally. And I had to go to Lowe's to get, I'm going to fill in all the nail holes and paint over the spackling for all the pictures that we've had hung in this rental house over the past 2.5 years. So I had a very specific plan for that group of time. And then I'm in the car wash and my husband calls me and says, hey, the garage door guy had a cancellation and he says he can run out to the property. He says he can run out to the property and, install the, I don't know what they're called, strips that go along the sides of the garage door. When they initially delivered them, they were damaged, so they had to order replacement parts. And they were like, oh, we can install them today. My husband's like, hey, can you run out there? Now I'm 30 minutes into town at this point, and I try to save all my trips so I don't have to run back and forth a lot, because I'm not someone who just loves to do that. So I was like, I just have to do the Walmart stuff. The other stuff can wait, but I have to do the Walmart stuff. So did my Walmart run real quick, which is just a joy, right? Isn't going to Walmart a joy? I'm being sarcastic if you can't tell. And then I had to run out to the property, meet the guy, talk to him about what was going on, talk to him about programming our garage door openers, pay him some money, come back home. And so I got back here about, what time is it? Probably about 1 o'clock. Didn't plan to be gone that long. But every day at 2, Monday through Friday, I go live. So after I'm done going live, I take this piece of content and I repurpose it for YouTube. And I post a couple other things in different places. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on TikTok. I post it to Facebook. I just kind of repurpose and post. And so that takes me about, so I've got anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes on my live, and then another 15 minutes to post it, repurpose it and post it everywhere. And then I spend about a half an hour posting ads on free websites in order to drive traffic to my YouTube channel. And that's my work day. So when we talk about mastering it, we really want to make sure that we're doing things that are moving the needle. Have you heard that expression before? Like scrolling through Instagram to say you're looking for inspiration ideas because you're having a hard time. Hi there. Figuring out what to talk about should no longer really be an issue because we have so many ideas in our content vault inside of the program. But you can't count scrolling Instagram as an income producing activity, even if you're looking for inspiration. It still doesn't count. So we're really, this first month of the 90-day run, we're really going to talk about mastering the workday. And I guess I would look at it for my own self like this, what takes me 15 to 20 minutes to do right now as somewhat of a newbie in the industry is not going to take me that long in 6 months. You just you get better at it. Your skills increase. I was a podcaster for 3 years. And when I learned to edit my own podcast way early on, I literally wanted to bang my head against the wall. I was so frustrated. But after a period of time, it was just it was so automatic for me. Click, 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 and it was done. And so the time that it took me to, create my ideas for the podcast or, invite guests or whatever my whole process was, started out being a really long process and ended up being a very streamlined system. So the first 90 days, we're going to hone in on that process for everybody in the community. She's going to give us daily messages. She's sharing all of her tips. She's been doing this since the fall of September of 2022. So everything that she's done to be successful, she doesn't hold anything back. She's sharing all of it. If you had a podcast, you'd go to jail. That's curious. Why is that? My podcast was for midlife women, which, back to the original topic is, why do I talk so much to midlife women? Well, I've explained the niche part of it, but also I just understand because I watched my mom go through a really rough period in midlife. And then I decided as a coach, a certified coach, that was the group of people that I really wanted to help. I wanted to really help them because, the things that you talk about. So would you be like, who's the really popular guy? Joe Rogan. Would you be like Joe Rogan and like drop F-bombs and, talk about smoking pot? I actually like Joe Rogan, but anyway, I don't think, I did cuss a little bit on my podcast at times, but I don't think I really talked about anything that would send me to jail. But I really had a heart for helping women. That's why I started coaching them. That's why I did the podcast geared towards them. And so when it came to figuring out what my niche was, who my target audience was, who I wanted to talk to, it just felt really natural for me to just keep going with that same theme because I feel like I really understand what their pain points are, what solutions they need, like what's going on with them at this time of life. So that's why I focus so much on women. But I'm willing to help anybody. Like if nice guy, the one who would go to jail for his podcast, I'm not going to say, no, you can't buy this program from me. So I'd love to answer any questions. If anybody has questions, let me check over here on my iPad where I can actually see. Let's see. The podcast was fun, though. I really enjoyed it. I met a lot of really cool people from all over the world. I interviewed people in Spain and, I can't even remember everywhere it was now. The Spain one sticks out to me because that couple was amazing. I've kept in touch with Claire and James since I stopped doing the podcast, but I had dozens of authors on my podcast. It was a blast. It was a total blast. I don't miss it. I think it ran its course for me. I get asked that a lot. Do I miss it? I miss meeting new people because I loved that part of it. And I loved learning. So having experts on the show really fed into my need to always learn and grow as a person. So listen, if there's no questions for the live segment, I will repost this on here. Also, go over to YouTube and support my YouTube channel because when I reach 50 subscribers, I can go live there as well. And love your support. I appreciate it so much. You can always comment on the replay. Yes, you do hear a dog. In fact, I started almost a minute late because the FedEx man came. And of course, my 3 dogs are protecting me from the big bad FedEx man, just like, the UPS man, the mailman. Everybody's out to get me, and they're all here to protect me. So, and that one that you heard is like a little 5-pound. He's just a little 5-pound guy, but he's my baby. So anyway, when I post it, if you're listening to this on the replay, obviously the questions can be put in the comments, or you can please feel free to DM me. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you're interested in seeing what this program is all about, we just did a live webinar. I can send the replay. You could go to my profile. The free daily paid blueprint is always available. Otherwise, I will see y'all tomorrow at 2. And after I finish this and the rest of my daily income producing activities, I'm off to spackling holes in the wall, and who knows what else I'm going to do today. But I will be sure to check in with you again tomorrow at 2:00 Arizona time. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and enjoy the rest of your day.